The ups, guys. I am not gaming, and today I'm gonna bring you guys just a little something different from what I normally upload on my channel. So far, it's pretty much just been gaming commentaries and stuff like that. But I do plan. All right, if you guys are interested, I do plan to do an Omega video. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the what is it, comments? I'm just joking. Yeah, let me know in the comments, or it's just subscribe and like. Then I'll know. But, okay, so before we begin, I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of background information on the entire story. So this happened about when I was about, 9-ish? And so, at the house I used to live at, there was these kids who pretty much just terrorized every single person, who ever set foot on that park, which was just the most annoying thing you could ever go through. And it was just really, really not, it sucked. They picked fights with every single kid for no apparent reason. One kid legit got in a fight for calling him for calling him like a really stupid name, just in like a joke. Like, who does that? He just really lost his temper, and it was like, come on. So him and his friends were just. So one of the things that they did to terrorize every single person, in particular me, was one day they stole my bike, like my crown jewel. That was like a car back then to any single kid ever. That was like that was like prized possession. So they stole my bike because they thought it was funny, and then they kept it at their house for an entire day. So I was bikeless for an entire day. And what ended up happening was my parents had to go over there and talk to the kid's dad about giving me my bike back. And he was actually a really nice guy. I honestly could not tell, you could not tell between how they were acting. It was such a huge difference. His dad was so nice. He was such a good guy, and I just kind of felt bad for him because he had that kid. His kid was really, really terrible. But anyway, getting back to this. So after that happened, and a couple more things happened. Like, one of the things, they ran me over with a bike. I'm not actually even joking whatsoever. They ran me over with a bike. One of them held me down and ran me over. Not actually joking. I could not be more serious. I'm seriously not joking, which really sucked. So about one day, I think it was like the summertime or something like that. My cousin came over because he wanted to spend the night with me and my brother. And I was telling him about this kid who was just pulling really bullcrap. Like, he was pulling all sorts of bullcrap and terrorizing kids, and it really sucked. So I told him that, and he's like, okay, we're getting vengeance on this little prick. And so he kind of devises a plan in his own head to get back at them. Alright? So what he does is he grabs four water bottles, and then he's like, okay guys, let's go. And I was like, well, what are we gonna do? And he's like, I already figured it out. We just need to go now. I was like, oh, it's really late. It was like 1 or 2. And so he just kept insisting that we go. So obviously we went, we're like, whatever, it's good. So after we get there, what ended up happening was on the way there, I should say, he drank the entire four water bottles. Okay? And then I was like, why are you drinking so much water? And he's like, you'll see. And so I was like, okay. And so after he was finished drinking the water bottles, he made me carry the bottles, because it was like 4 empty water bottles too, to the rest of the way to the kid's house, which he lived like a block over from us, so it really wasn't that far. But after we got there, he said, give me 2. And I was like, why do you want 2? He's like, just do it. Please, just give me 2. And I was like, okay. So, after I give him the 2 water bottles, he goes around to a bush, squats down, fills them up with piss. He squats down and fills them up with piss. I honestly could not fathom that he actually did that. So I was like, why do you want us? Why did you do that? And he's like, you'll see. So he gave me one of them. He said, throw when I say throw. I was like, throw him at what? He's like, you'll see. And so I was like, oh, all right, I will throw when you tell me to throw. And so what ended up happening was he started making these weird grunt sounds, like these weird obnoxious moaning grunt sounds, and then eventually I heard one of the kid's mom, he was yelling at them like, get outside and check what that is. So obviously she did not know it was us, because it honestly did not sound like a person. It sounded like a wild rabid raccoon. Yeah, I said a raccoon, okay? Or just like the loudest grizzly bear you could ever imagine. So after we get the kids out, Ethan's like, throw. That's my cousin. So he says, throw. And I was like, throw what? And he's like, throw. I was like, throw him at where? He yanks the water bottle out of my hands, chucks one straight at the kid's face. It explodes. Like, just pee gushing all over the place. It hits his car, it hits his window, it hits his porch, it hits his door, it hits everything. And I was like, why did you do that? Another kid came out and was like, hey, quit throwing water bottles. He's like, and then the kid that got hit, he was like, they're not filled with water. Because he clearly hit. He had so much in his mouth. It was bad. So after that happened, my cousin, he picked up a water bottle, chucked it straight at the kid's mom. Because she was coming out to see, like, what was the commotion. And he didn't actually try and hit her. He tried to hit the other kid that came out, because he was just being such a douche. And his mom was actually... I honestly saw where the kids got their personality from. They got it from their mom. Their dad was a super chill person. Mom, not so much. So, he throws it straight at the mom. It lands, hits her in the chest. She gets so pissed off. And then, the funniest part, what happens, is this. Instead of the kids coming and wailing on us like that, I knew they would. I was like, Ethan, why did you do that? They're gonna hit us now. He's like, no, they won't. And somehow I knew, like, no, they will. Okay, so what happened was, instead of coming and beating us up like I thought they would, they got into the fetal position and started crying. You heard that right. They started crying. The kids who were big and bad started crying. Yeah. So that happened, and I was just so done with the day. I honestly thought it was really disgusting for him to do that, but honestly really funny to get back at some bullies that were just being, honestly, they were being douchebags, like complete douchebags. They were doing crap to people. They were like pushing, and they were seriously throwing down with people and bullying, and it is not right. So after that happened, we skirted off to my house, like just ran as fast as we possibly could to my house. And I asked him, like, why did you do that? And he was like, I got him. I could not honestly help but laugh. Like, that was the funniest thing I probably ever heard, ever. Because he said, got him. I mean, you gotta give him props for that. That was... Leave it to him to think of something like that. But I do want to tell you guys, like, don't actually pick fights like these kids. They were being such big D-bags, and, like, it's not cool to pick fights with just random people that you don't know for no apparent reason. Like, it's really not. Like I said in the beginning, like, they were just picking fights because they thought it was fun. You don't pick fights. Like, the only time you could ever pick a fight is if someone already picked a fight with you, and that really doesn't make sense. Like, you shouldn't really fight anybody, because it's, I mean, you're just not gonna be, I don't know, you're not gonna think of yourself like as high up as you could if you just start getting in fights with people, and you're not gonna really make any new friends, and it's not gonna be as good for you. So I do want to say this is just like a little kind of preamble, but post-amble, there you go, gotcha. Yeah, so I do want to tell you guys, just don't pick fights, and don't be that D-bag who got pee splashed all over him because he's being a D-bag and terrorizing little kids for no apparent reason, taking their candy. So, I'm going to end this video here. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like on the video. And if you guys want to see more, you know, leave a comment saying you want to see more, because that's what you do if you want to see more. But without further ado, I am Not Gaming, and I'm signing off. See you later.